everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Ask Jen. I am so excited. If you follow me on social, you know people are always asking me what to do, where to go, who to dump. Ask Jen is the best place to get all my questions in one place. So y'all know Detroit is the beauty capital of the world. After 3 long weeks, I have finally got me a fresh set and I'm feeling like the one. And I see my other homegirls this weekend and none of them have their nails done. And I'm like, what's going on? And they told me that nail tech canceled on them. And then I just was thinking about my experiences. I'm like, beauty professionals be going through the motions and they be canceling. And I'm like, is it just you don't want to see me or you just don't want to do your job? Like, let me know. But we talented, right? But the beauty professionals got to get it together. Even these hairdressers. I seen the other day a hairdresser posted her rules and was like, come braid it. And she was a braider. So at this point, are you scamming me? Because this is your job. I just want everybody to get it together. Like the beauty professionals, y'all can be nicer to y'all clients. Y'all can treat us a little better. Y'all can get us a little less rules. I be feeling like I'm walking into prison when I be seeing all them capital letters and red highlights on y'all acuity sites. Get that together. But we gonna keep coming. But to take our money, just be a little nicer. We like coming to y'all. We look cute. Let's keep it up, you know? So since I have launched, y'all have already sent me so many questions. It's giving blue strips. Okay, anyway, let's get into it. The first question, how do I make my nigga communicate more effectively? 1, okay, let's get into that. Are you an effective communicator? You cannot expect someone to communicate with you effectively if 1, you have never communicated with them how you prefer to be communicated with, or 2, if you are expecting a mind reader. You cannot have someone or say someone is not an effective communicator if you don't tell them how you want to be communicated with. So if you have not done either of those things, I would suggest that be the first step. The second step is to get someone to communicate effectively. If you feel like you let them know about your communication styles, is tell them what you would prefer. Or if they do something to you, tell them exactly what you expect. Expectations are a very rocky road because you feel like someone should naturally be able to adjust to you when you really need to explain to them why their actions need to make sense to you. So I say y'all should work on that. Definitely, if you can, contact a professional, take some online quizzes, like watch some classes, but definitely communication is something that can definitely be fixed. And I feel like the first step is with you and your man communicating with each other. Hey Jen, I have a girlfriend that doesn't cook, clean, and the sex is bad. I pay all of the bills, and while she does work, I don't think I want to be with her anymore. The last straw was when we agreed that she would pay for the date, but then we got there and she started screaming in the middle of the restaurant, calling me a broke ass nigga with a little dick. How do I end it without coming off as a dick? First of all, y'all relationship is giving like Love and Hip Hop restaurant episode. The second line of what you said to me is, I don't think I want to be with her anymore. How do I end it? Say that. Next. If you have an apartment and your BF lives with his mom but spends every other night at your apartment, red flag number 1. You pay $18.50 a month in rent. Red flag number 2. How much should he contribute? Am I wrong for feeling like groceries are not enough? You not wrong for not feeling like groceries are not enough. Groceries are, in fact, not enough if you pay $18.50 in rent. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, do you want to live with your man? If you don't want to live with him, you need to tell him to get out your house or set hours for him to be there. If you do want to live with him, and honestly, I'm feeling like a man living with his mama either is not in a position to pay rent or don't want to pay rent. So you need to bring up exactly how much you want him to pay. If you want to, get finance professional with it, give some line items, create a little Excel budget, let him know this is the expected contribution, yeah or no. Yeah, keep them. Let him stay. No, get a new one. I like this question. Which one of your friends could you spend a month with the longest time on a deserted island? So I have a lot of friends, as you know. I have a lot of very good friends, as you know. If I could spend a month with one of them on a deserted island or longer, it'll be Amber. So let me tell you about Amber. Amber is one, gonna make the best out of nothing. Two, make sure we laugh. And three, is resourceful. I feel like if we ended up on a deserted island, Amber would be like, oh, my best friend's aunt, cousins, boss knows the owner of this island. They're going to bring a fashion show to the island, and they're going to make sure that we have unlimited drinks every day. And they're also going to take a private plane for us to go to Detroit every other day, even though we're deserted on this island. So Amber is so resourceful. She is so brilliant, and she's going to always make sure somebody have a good time. Oh, and Amber be cooking. So I would definitely be on the island with her for the longest. How did you get such amazing lips? One, genetics. Thanks, Pat and Esther. Appreciate you. Two, exfoliate, exfoliate, exfoliate. I always exfoliate my lips. So, one, I use like sugar scrubs on my lips. They sound like everywhere. So I use sugar scrubs on my lips every other day. Two, I keep my lips hydrated with Vaseline. Not none of that fancy lip gloss. Good old-fashioned Vaseline. Put it on your lips. Three, drink a lot of water. My lips are so juicy and luscious because I stay hydrated. So if you want juicy and luscious, beautiful lips like mine, drink your H2O. Have you ever been in a situation where you didn't like one of your close friends' significant other? If yes, how did you handle it? So, yes, I have been in that situation, and the way I handled it was I kept introducing her to other niggas until she dumped her man. Would I suggest anybody else handle it like that? Absolutely not. What I would suggest is you strongly suggest that they are not in the best situation and they could absolutely do better. So for them to leave them, but if that don't work, keep introducing her to other niggas until she finally fall for it. It worked for me. My BF is more attracted to me than I am to him. Does he get cuter the longer we keep going, or is this a valid reason to break up? I hate to break it to you, but facts are facts, He's not gonna get cuter. So you either gonna love your ugly boyfriend, or you gonna find you somebody else. What I can say is, I haven't seen a real fine man in maybe 4 years. So you might be looking for another ugly man. So if you're willing to risk those odds of a man that you actually like to be with another ugly man, I would say dump him because he's ugly. But if he has other redeeming qualities, a great personality, really smart, financially responsible, things you can dig some roots in, I would suggest that you flaunt those qualities more and focus on his looks less. And if you can't get over that, find another man. So the last question is very long. The last question is very long first. Okay. How do I correct a longtime friend on their gossiping in negative ways? We've been friends since high school, and in those days, that's what we did. But now we're 27, so young, that's not old at all. Anyway, I have a kid, and I'm not just trying to be that person anymore. I understand it's easy to fall into that kind of mindset when you're not happy in life, which she pretends she is. It's even easier for me to indulge because it's easy to pick apart someone else's life to not focus on my own. But she's getting worse and worse, and it's making me uncomfortable. She's engaged and has a wedding date planned for October of this year. I would expect her to be happy, but a while ago she did a Google image search on one of our old classmates' ring and said her engagement ring was a cubic zirconia instead of a diamond. As if everyone wants a diamond or you can't buy the ring and swap out the stone. Anyway, it just gave me a really ugly feeling towards her, and I really try to avoid her at all costs. I want to speak up, but I feel like I can't since I indulge sometimes. So this is really layered. One, I feel like people put too much value on holding on to friendships just because of the length of the friendship. I feel like that's not a valid reason to continue to be friends with someone. Secondly, growth is really important, and you mentioned that you just don't want to be that person no more. If your personal development is really important to you, you might want to break yourself away from these habits that are making you indulge in things that remind you of your former self. Third, I feel like you should check yourself and why you indulge. If you feel like she's doing this because she's miserable and you're involving yourself in it, what does that make you? No disrespect, because I don't know you. But you should check that out as well. Also, understand and recognize why she feels so comfortable talking shit about people with you. It's like you must be a shit talker as well. So again, kind of expose those things to yourself. I feel like, especially like as a parent, me personally speaking, my tolerance for anyone outside my family is this big. If this friend, longtime friend of yours, is disturbing this peace so much with her negative and pessimistic thoughts, for protection of your own personal peace, the peace of your family, and your upward mobility, I would suggest that you, if you are this close to this person, try to change their ways or try them to get an understanding to their ways and see why this probably is not the best way for them to live. Or B, be okay with separating yourself from this friendship. And that is all we have. Thank you so much for joining me with Ask Jen. Don't forget, the link to Ask Jen is in the bio of all of my socials. If you have any crazy or even regular questions that you want to ask, that you need a little suggestion on, Ask Jen. Before you make any tough decisions or have any crazy thoughts, just ask yourself, what would Jen do?